and then switch to tanks and starport to get some medevacs out. But don't listen to me, for I are noob. As that Baneling taking out a few Zerglings there, so not too bad there from EGStrifeCro, but just really not much going on here. Aristeo deciding better of running into this gauntlet of sentries. Could have easily actually trapped those Zerglings if they were paying attention, but nonetheless, it will be macro. Let's build, SimCity style, as we have Robotics Bay is just now finished, and that was the second robotics facility. Excuse me. So definitely going to be seeing some Colossus coming out here. He could double train them right now, and that is what he is going to do. And it looks like well, I guess I don't even think he has any Chrono Boost left to use on that. No, he doesn't. Well, he has one now, but I'm just being neurotic at this point, as the Mutalisks are on the field for Aristeo, and they're going to start being annoying to these Zerglings and other units and stuff, and this probe shouldn't get very far if the Mutalisks don't want it to. And yeah, it won't. So Mutalisks is going to start giving Team Empire a lot of map control right now, and EGAxSlav actually throwing down a couple of photon cannons in each of his mineral lines. And this is something that I like to do, but I hear other casters and stuff talk about this, that it's kind of a waste. I guess at this point in the game, it's okay to do. Your income is so high that you can afford to throw down a couple of photon cannons in your mineral line to give you some more peace of mind. And it buys you time to get some stalkers up here, or warp in some stalkers if you need to deflect these Mutalisks, because those two photon cannons wouldn't be able to ward off those Mutalisks by themselves. Actually, another photon cannon coming down from EGAxSlav, who was fly blocked there for a second. Uh-oh, these Colossi are getting totally caught out of position here, and the Mutalisk going to get one kill, and then the other one gets away, and a misclick there by EGAxSlav. His Colossi running up on this ledge all by themselves, and the Mutalisk able to pick off one Colossi. So that's really going to actually make a big difference here, as EGAxSlav needs more Colossi. And I wonder, is Aristeo going to actually get some Corruptors? I don't think he needs to, as EGAxSlav has stopped producing Colossi. Is it because he is gas locked? I guess yes, because he just all of a sudden made one. So it looks like something's going to happen here. Aristeo is going to try and push out, going to deny this expansion at the top. So just continue to deny expansion, and cubert is pushing out here, and I guess there were some burrowed banelings in here that I did not even realize were sitting up here burrowed. So I'm not sure what kind of damage those did. I am sorry, you guys, that I missed that, but it looks like EGStrifeCro left some burrowed banelings up there to do some damage, and now cubert's going to be afraid of pushing out without some kind of detection overhead. EGStrifeCro, though, now with a bunch of Mutalisks of his own to cancel out Aristeo's Mutalisks. So pretty even army sizes right now, as I could check that with my little fancy pants tabs up here, and you guys could see EGStrifeCro is kind of behind actually, but other than that, we're pretty even on the numbers here, as the giant ball of tanks here is actually spread out, so it's not really a giant ball. That was a pretty poor description. Blink Research actually going to finish for EGAxSlav, and a couple more Colossi coming out for him. A bunch more tanks coming out for cubert. It looks like EGStrifeCro going to be harassing this brand spanking new expansion in the top left, but that is not going to work because there are enough Mutalisks to defend that, and if these Mutalisks overcommitted, they could get intercepted by some Stim Marines, and that would not be pretty at all. So really, both teams, again, fairly even. Anybody's game. I have no idea who's going to win this game, as EGAxSlav continuing to macro of a larger and larger army in the front. These Mutalisks being warded back by a stimmed up ball of Marines. Gonna start getting healed up by those medevacs. But one thing to think about, always a good idea with your Mutalisks, you can force a lot of, these Mutalisks are actually going to engage each other. Pretty even battle right now. And Aristeo is going to fall back because there are stalkers coming up underneath to support those Mutalisks. So EGStrifeCro, excuse me, really wants to let this, or really wants to protect this expansion. This nasty ball of Protoss here is very, very scary. And these drones look like are going to get picked off. Is the Protoss player going to commit his entire army into this corner? It might be a bad idea, as these tanks are going to start sieging up down here. Cubert trying to crawl forward with these tanks. The Protoss army is in a bit out of position, caught behind this ramp. And here we go, major engagement. These Colossi have the potential to do a lot of damage, but the tanks in the back are doing a great job warding them back. The Mutalisks are fighting each other over the ramp right now. The Bio Ball here is trying to chase down these Mutalisks. Needs to come in. These Colossi are just ripping through Cubert's Bio army. The tanks, though, are starting to, the damage is starting to add up on these Colossi. They are going to fall, but a lot of damage has been done. Aristeo, though, it looks like Aristeo and Cubert getting the better in that battle, getting the upper hand, I should say, and this expansion is going to go down. The difference was a mass of tanks in the back that Cubert had. So the tanks doing actually a good job of keeping the Colossi at bay there. And EGAxSlav maybe was a little tentative when he should have perhaps just tried to go all in with those Colossi. You see, he tried to pull back here and get out of range of these tanks at that critical juncture there, and allowed Cubert to push the rest of his army up here and engage those Mutalisks. So that could have been a pretty crucial point right there, but definitely Cubert and Aristeo with the upper hand now, as this giant wall of tanks that is moving in, and he's probably going to do what you see all these Terran players do, which is siege up half of his tanks and then move the other half closer and siege them up, so they sort of protect each other, leapfrogging these tanks. A lot of Zerglings on the field for EGStrifeCro. This could be the last-ditch effort, but now with all these tanks being sieged up, that is probably going to be all she wrote, as this is an impregnable defense, if you will. And Aristeo even throwing in a couple of roaches to be like, yeah, we're doing a lot, check us out, we're defending all these badass tanks. And then now he just says, guess what, I have 20,000 Mutalisks. It's time to go clean up down here. Actually, EGAxSlav has been macroing up quite a bit. I didn't even realize he had this whole army down here. He's got a couple of Colossi, make it 3, and a few Stalkers. This is going to be very difficult to deal with. Cubert should probably just leave these tanks sieged like that, and he will be fairly strong against this ball of Protoss that won't be able to help as the expansion's continuing to get shelled away at. And now Aristeo, even with Mutalisks in the mineral lines, and the roaches are now destroying production facilities, as EGAxSlav realizing there's no way that he can get back to defend because of this giant thing of tanks right here. And he's going to try and press the issue, but unfortunately Cubert with another 7 tanks back here. Even some High Templar coming up here trying to do some side storms on the tanks, but that is going to be it. GG comes down for Team EG and Aristeo, and Cubert take that game. Thank you guys for watching. This is IS0107. I'm excited to be back and casting some more games. I'm looking forward to Game 2 from this series, so stay tuned. And this is IS0107, and peace out.